What is up, YouTube? This is Rick G. I am back with another video, and I'm going to try to keep this part of it short because it's probably going to be a long video. I'm going to pour some 925 stuff. KSDesigns has sent me a couple packages with all this on the table, asking me to do a pour for them, and they have faith in me. Never done it before, but we're going to try it out and see how it all turns out. Of course, I've watched some YouTube videos, so I'm a professional now. But that being said, everything over here is marked 925. This is marked Sterling. That's the marks. It's the same thing, but I just wanted you to know that. I got some new whipping dishes. As you can see, it's got some issues, so I'm going to have to try to take a Dremel to one of these and try to smooth that out before I glaze it and before I use it. I have a 999 dish, but I don't want to put 925 in that dish because it'll mess up the purities. That being said, this piece over here, as you can see, it does say 925, but it's been plated. And then these say 925. It's not magnetic, but on the air of caution, we're not going to melt those right there. The clasp have a piece of metal in them. I'm going to try to open that up so that I can get that little piece of metal out. And wish me luck. Also, check this out. This is what they sent me for doing this pour form. Just amazing. Thank you guys so very much. That is very generous. And really looking forward to this. Also, we're going to open these up to make sure there's no more trash in there because we want it to look bare just like that. That way we have less trash as possible. I'll be back as we start working on these dishes. What I didn't say was that's 90%. That's all 90%. That's $1.50 and 90%. But what this clip's about, I got my scale out. We're going to put all of this stuff in just to see what it weighs, and it's on grams. Looks like it's going to be 44.5 grams. All right, so I started with the clasp first. That pile on the left is what did not stay connected to the necklaces. That is the magnetic stuff that is inside of the clasp. That thing to the right is a piece of the flatware that I just started tearing apart. And as you can see, we got a little bit of pile stuff down there. Inside there, we've got a lot of stuff still inside. What if that was gold dust? That'd be crazy. But I'm gonna keep pulling this stuff out. I mean, it almost looks like it's, I don't know, like it's some type of herb inside there or something. I'm gonna tear these apart and see what we end up with in this bowl. All right, so that is what the inside of one of those pieces of silverware look like, and you can see that there's still stuff on there. So I'm gonna take some type of wire brush and try to get the rest of that trash off. Look at this pile right here. I've already recorded this video once, but of course something went wrong. So we are going to dump this in zero. We're at zero. I'm trying to watch. So there we go. That is 9. It was 9.1 grams until the video messed up. So 9 grams just right there. We still have some more to take out of there. And then this stuff is popped off. It's in the chair. It's on the floor. I don't know what this stuff is, but it's terrible. 9 grams off of the 44.5 so far. All right, so starting off, it looked like this. It had the burrs around the spout, of course, all the way around the edge. It was raised up right there. Of course, that wasn't going to be good. Now it looks like this. It's still rough, but of course, I'm going to glaze it so that it's real nice and smooth like this one here. This one's even worse than that. There's my borax so that I can glaze it, but that one's even worse. Went ahead and did 2. I'm going to glaze 2 of them, and we're going to do that right now. I also use propane to glaze because that gets the crucible hot enough so that the borax will set up like this. There you have it. Of course, I'll bring you in for the final results when it cools down. All right, so I have the dish nice and glazed up. I don't see any flat kind of spots or anything like that. It all has a nice shine to it. So we are going to get this camera set up and do this pour. KSDesigns, wish me luck. This is the first 925 pour that I'm ever going to do. All right, so here is the silverware that I had to split open and take the stuff out. I was able to get a lot of that stuff out. There is still some discoloration, but the big chunks are gone, so I'm happy about that. It took a little bit of time. I had to use like 3 different tools in order to do it, but I was able to get down in all them little small spots and get all the big chunks out. So happy about that. Get that stuff broke up, put it in the dish, and get it melted. All right, so here's my first challenge. I have to get this melted first. My whipping dish is too small. This is just the silverware right there. That's just the silverware right there. I'm gonna have to get this melted first, and then I'm gonna have to melt the necklaces and then add this little chunk to it once it's all melted down into a smaller compact ball. Yeah, first challenge right now. So let's get this melted. I think these might actually melt a little easier than the necklaces as well. So we'll see how this turns out. All right, so what I did see is that it cooled down a lot faster than regular silver, and then that's a pretty ugly chunk right there as well. It's a pretty ugly chunk of silver. All right, so I tried to show you this right here. It definitely cooled a lot faster when I pulled my the flame off of it. It kind of got stuck in there. That's a lot of trash, so I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with that. I'll try to figure that out. But here was what was poured into that, and it left a mark inside of the graphite mold there. And I went ahead and took a Dremel to it just to see. And it's definitely got a darker look than 3/9 fine. On the bottom, which was on the flat spot, obviously, it's a lot shinier, so... Not sure what's going to happen with this. That was pretty cool, though. It melted awfully fast. Of course, that was pretty thin metal. It's pretty thin metal, so we're going to get this in there with the necklaces and see how that turns out. I'll bring that up. Let's see if I can get it to show. I know I'm back here in the dark, so there is the chunk of everything right there. Let's see what we can do. And there it is. Not much left in there, but that crucible is definitely staying hotter than normal. And you can see it glowing right there. That is it. That's the bar. And there it is. Not too bad. Got a little nastiness on it. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'll bring you in for a closer look. As you can see, we had a rectangle here. It didn't quite fill it up. There just wasn't enough metal there. But it turned out not too bad. Not nearly as dark as it was on that first pour whenever I did just the silverware. So let me try to clean this up a little bit, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm not necessarily happy with this pour right here. It's just not a complete... If it was a complete bar, if it was completely square, I would be fine with it. But I am not with this like this. So I am going to pour one of these skulls. This is a 3/9 fine skull. You've seen me pour one of these. I already have the impression here in the Delft clay. So I'm going to melt this and pour it into that. Alright, so I got it in the crucible. I got my little furnace set up over here, and we're gonna melt this thing right now. And that's it. It's a one-time thing because I can't change that bar. So that was the pour right there. As you can see, it's still kind of on fire. It had a little bit of an issue coming out again. I guess that's the impurities in there. And there you have it right there. Alright, so here we are. We are going to try to shine up this 925. I got the sandpaper. I got the Dremel out as well. But here's a sandpaper. 400, 800, 1200, 2500, and actually 5000. That's a piece of 5000 sandpaper right there. A little higher than some people go. I've seen a few videos. Of course, I've watched it on YouTube. Long story short, this is the first time I'm trying to sand anything down with the sandpaper and trying to put a shine on some silver. Because I usually just send it out as is, but this is 925. It's kind of gray and flat, and we're going to try to shine it up. The reverse, is this the reverse? The back of it for sure, it's got some issues, so let's hope we can get that stuff off of there. I'll bring you back in maybe part way, or I'll just show you the end result. I'm not sure exactly. I know this video is extremely long already. Alright, so this is what I have so far. One, trying to hold this thing with my hand and sand with the other tough. So I had to get this little clamp right here, and it helps a little bit. The muscle in my thumb really started to cramp. I tried to do just half of the top of the skull, just a real quick shine, just to see, just so I can give you like a comparison. So I did hit the whole thing with the Dremel, and I wish I would have thought about this first. But so I've already hit it with the Dremel. I compare them right now. It's still got the dull kind of look. It still has a bit of the dull look right there. But so after hitting it with the Dremel, it looked like this. And after hitting it with the sandpaper, check that out. Just a quick, I used each one of them real quick. And as you can see, look, I mean, it's almost a mirror right there. So let me get this whole thing done and I'll be back. All right, the polishing is done. And the 925 skull now looks like it's the 999. In the very beginning, it was so dull next to that 999. It looks like they've switched spots. Now this looks extremely dull, and without a doubt that needs to be polished. But learning experience, polishing intricate little areas like this, tough work. It was tough work. Obviously, you can see that I did not get into where the eyes and the nose is, but I kind of feel like it gives it a little more depth. It's got a flat finish, whereas everything else is a mirror finish. I do have some more work on the back. I need to do some more sanding back there. But in the end, that is it. Check it out. Happy about the way it ended up. Thank you for sticking with me, KS Designs. I apologize for how long it has taken me. For anybody watching this video, thank you. If you've watched this whole video, you are all so awesome. I know it's going to be a long one once I put all those clips together. I'm going to try to, I got to fast forward and whatnot, but I'm wasting time now even. Let me get this out of the way. KS Designs, for your patience with me, for the months of waiting for this 925 pour, I am going to give you this 3/9 fine pour right here. You was very, I mean, you had confidence that I could do the 925 without even ever doing it. And you just did not rush me and was just very lenient with the time. And thank you guys so much for that. This heart was poured while on vacation. I stopped by Cyclops Stacks. So that's a pretty cool part of that heart right there. This is the other heart that I poured. So you can see that I've polished this up. This has not been polished, and you can tell the difference right there. So polishing your silver definitely brings some pop to it. Of course, each one of these pours are going to come with one of my COAs. Here is the small skull. It is 1.07 troy ounces, 33.3 grams. That used to say 3/9 fine. I know it's cheesy, but this is the only one I have. I don't print them myself. I had them printed, and then I had to change 999 to 925. I'm sorry about that. But there is the COA on that one. And then here is the COA on the small heart. It is 0.225 troy ounces, and it is 7.0 grams. It is the number one of, I don't know how many more of them I'm going to pour. Maybe a few more. I don't know. It depends on if anybody else wants to have some of them, some of those hearts. So really appreciate everybody for watching. I'm sorry that this video was so long, but there is a lot of work that goes into pouring, especially when it's 925. There's a lot of prep, a lot of polishing and whatnot. So thank you guys so much. Until next time, good luck to you. I hope you profit on all your searches. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. And until next time, good luck.